Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Open up your door. I'm Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. I came to bring some Christmas spirit. I got a big bag now. Guess what's in it?
Mason Crosby for the win. Snap, placement, kick is up, and it is good! Yes! Good! And there is your dagger!
Oh man, it's been a long time, obviously, and it's pretty emotional. It's been a rough month plus, and just so proud of our guys, just the resiliency that they showed. I mean, being down 14 points in the fourth quarter and being able to battle back and getting critical stops and, you know, finding a way to get it done in the end.
We're just resilient. You got a bunch of guys who are not going to lay down. You're going to keep fighting until it hits 0-0-0 on that clock. And I'm just proud of these guys for not giving up, and so I'll go to war with them any day.
In the trenches, Aaron Jones produced the bulk of Green Bay's 200-plus rushing yards, while more than half of the Packers' passing yards and that lone fourth down conversion came at the hands of Christian Watson.
4th and 6 from the 39. Snap. Rodgers steps up looking. Looks has got it. Left side. He got Watson again. Touchdown Green Bay.
Watson ran into the record book Sunday, matching the Packers' single-game rookie mark with 3 touchdown receptions.
Rodgers looks to the air. Rainbow's right side, and he's got the rookie over the shoulder. Catch to the end zone. It is a touchdown for Christian Watson.
That first one I feel like was like the monkey, the 800-pound gorilla off his back. Hopefully that's a big jolt for him moving forward.
We have guys that are able to make plays, and we have, you know, a legendary one at quarterback who can make something out of nothing. So I mean, I think it just, you know, shows what we're capable of, and we just got to continue building on it.
Fires the end zone. Intercepted. Rudy Ford.
Anytime you're taking points away from the opposition, that's big time.
Prescott looks, steps, throws it over the middle. Intercepted again.
To be able to trigger on those 2 picks, and we converted both those into points. So those were 2 just really great plays by Rudy.
Green Bay's defense will have its hands full Thursday night against 2-time NFL rushing champion Derrick Henry. Number 22 is a one-of-one back. At 6'3", 250, Henry makes roadkill out of would-be tacklers. Not to mention, the All-Pro has 4.5 speed, powering him to 9 scores and more than 900 yards through the first 9 games.
Derrick Henry making a cut inside the 5 and in for the touchdown.
This guy is the most unique just because not only the things that he can do with the ball in his hands, but simply how big he is. You know, he literally looks like Preston Smith when, you know, he breaks the huddle. It puts him in a complete class by himself. So got to have a tackling plan going up against this guy. And then on a short week, it's another challenge. But heck of a back, it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Meanwhile, the Packers' offense is heating up, eclipsing 200 rushing yards for the 3rd time this year. That's the most in the Matt LaFleur era in a single season. Aaron Rodgers is coming off an electric performance, carrying confidence and a strong Thursday night track record into this primetime clash.
Tennessee's a good football team, well coached, run similar offense. Obviously, got one of the top backs in the league, very stout defense. But I saw their weather report. It's supposed to be in the 20s. And I always like our chances when it's in the 20s.
Steps up, going deep, has a man, it's caught, Watson is in, touchdown Green Bay!
The fastest guy on the team, fastest guy at least on the offense, Christian Watson. We saw him have the big play earlier in the first half.
Kid came to play today. He's made the two biggest plays for this Green Bay offense. They're right back in it.
Four-man rush. Rodgers fires one, and it is caught. Sammy Watkins.
Watch this throw. Nice job by Sammy Watkins. Gets on top. He understands anytime the defender is further down the field, they're going to call for that back shoulder. And I don't think Rodgers could have walked out and handed him the ball in a better spot. Nice job there fighting contact. That's a heck of a pass.
It's almost like he had no choice but to catch
that ball,
it.
They used to joke that ball caught itself.
Rodgers going to throw. Blitz is coming. Has to get rid of it. Does underneath, and it's caught by Watson again. He's becoming the go-to guy. Another big catch by the rookie Christian Watson.
Holy cow, what a catch for a first down. Honestly, Aaron Rodgers put that really where he had to.
On the fake, Rodgers lets it fly. Has Watson. He's got it on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown.
That might be the biggest catch of this young receiver's career.
What'd you say about Aaron Rodgers? Well, reports of his demise, Brad, have been greatly exaggerated. Rodgers threw it like Aaron Rodgers throws it. He could not have thrown it any better. I mean, he had a step on Anthony Brown, and that's all he needed with Aaron Rodgers throwing the football.
The weight of the world has lifted from some of the guys in this room after Sunday's game.
You'd have to ask those guys. I'm not sure. I feel like it's been a while since we won, obviously, so the energy and the excitement was on a different level than we've had it. I'm not sure about the way of the world, though.
When you attack a short week like this, what's the key to having success?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've done pretty good on these Thursday games over the years. We've had probably more than half of them at home, which helps. Obviously, that's a big advantage for us to be able to sleep in our own beds and have our crowd. But I think, it just comes down to the study time and just being locked in. These are long days. We're going through a lot of different plays. We're cramming in 2 days into 1 day. So a lot of work for the coaches and a lot of study for the players.
Did you see a tighter performance coming offensively?
Not necessarily, no. I hope for a better performance for sure, but I think it was the first time we've got Christian really through a game and got him some opportunities, and then we ran the football really well. I thought our offensive line played great. I thought the pass protection was really good, and we stuck with the run the entire game and it was effective. Even the fourth quarter, we had a bunch of runs that actually set up some of the game-winning plays for us in the passing game.
Is that sustainable? Those things you're talking about?
I don't know. I mean, sustainable has become one of those words that gets said a little bit too much, I think, this year. So I'm going to stay away from sustainable.
What do you remember from the last time you played them on Sunday night?
Tennessee?
Yep.
Snow. A.J. Dillon's touchdown run. Devontae's fingertip catch down the left sideline. A lot of great plays. They had a really big game that day, obviously. But I felt like up front we handled the line of scrimmage really well and pretty efficient in the passing game.
Aaron, there's been years when you averaged better than 30 points a game around here. You've got that number for the first time Sunday. With that, is it a sigh of relief? Is it excitement for what that can mean moving forward? What's the feeling after attaining it?
I mean, it's excitement. It's been a while, since we had over 30. So I think sigh of reliefs come when you put too much negative energy towards something that doesn't deserve it. So there's no sigh of relief. There's no weight of the world off of my shoulders. Preparation stays the same. Focus stays the same. Expectations stay the same. But it was nice to play a more complete game on offense.
Aaron, back to the offensive line. How have you seen that group kind of settle in now? I think last week was the first week all five played every snap, and back-to-back weeks haven't looked great.
That's going to be an important part of our success moving forward if we can keep those guys healthy. Both sets of guard tackle have played a lot of football next to each other. All of them really on the left side. But I think John has been really, really consistent for us at right guard. And a couple other guys played probably their best games of the season, including Josh, who I think had a really nice game. So we protected well, we communicated really well, and then we gave just little gaps for those backs, and man, they had a big day.
What's the toughest part about seeing guys get cut, like what you did today with Kylan and Amari?
It's the relationships. This is livelihood, and as much as there's criticism from outside the building, and some people probably think that this is warranted and they're excited about it. You're talking about a person's livelihood, a person's life, feelings, ego, memories. So a little sensitivity to that, I think, would go a long way because we're talking about people, not just numbers on the jersey that you watch on Sundays. So definitely feel for the people because this is something we all love doing and we want to play this for a long time. And I've been fortunate enough to not get that call before, but I can definitely imagine what that would feel like, and had many, many friends over the years get that call and move on. And you know, it's sad to see those people go because you really love the people and you want them to play well and to feel good and to be taken care of mentally, you know, physically, emotionally, and all those things.
Aaron, on Sunday you mentioned you were able to put the ball almost exactly where you wanted to pretty much every throw. How's the thumb feeling now? I know you took the hit early in the Dallas game, but how's it feel now, say, compared to right after that London game, the first week after the game?
About the same. Yeah, about the same. I need probably a week off for it to get back to where I need it to be. Every game there's been something that's hit it, you know, whether it's a snap under center or a hit from a defender. So I just got to deal with it. But I think a combination of the weather and just a little different mindset, you know, I was able to really put the ball where I wanted to.
Just you'll have to tape it at least through the bye week.
Yeah. Does the mini bye going to help a little bit, or is it just?
Yeah, I think every day off is going to help for sure. But I feel like it needs 7 days probably, not just a couple. I'm not sure how many Matt's going to give us off. You know, hopefully we can win this one, and maybe Captain Blood takes away that bonus Monday that he's got planned.
Do you feel like maybe the guys in the locker room or yourself maybe need a couple of extra days for that mini bye just to kind of get away from the game after having gone through 11 weeks and then the short week here?
Yeah, I'd love that. You know, I think we all would. But you know, we trust Matt. I don't think it'll be a super strenuous, you know, one of those old gaggers we used to have on bonus Mondays, you know, over the years. It probably won't be that, but yeah, any extra time we get, any time we get to get out of the facility early is always a good thing for us.
Aaron, you mentioned negative energy earlier. What about the positive energy you're feeling offensively? Wes mentioned the line playing together. Watson obviously changing the way your offense looks. You were under center more than you were in shotgun on Sunday, and then Cobb probably, maybe coming back. Like, is the offense, do you see it morphing into what you envisioned going into the season? Is it starting to look like you want it to look?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's overreactions, you know, negatively and positively every single game you play. And no offense, Tim, but, you know, like you haven't been the only one who's talked about sustainability and certain ways of winning and playing. I think it's all week to week. It really is. You know, you try and find your identity throughout the season. A lot of that is, you know, kind of just jargon to keep a conversation going. In fact, the most important identity is competitive greatness and going out there and playing your best when your best is needed. We hadn't played a four-quarter game all season. I felt like that was really close Sunday. Really proud of the guys, the way we finished in the fourth quarter and then put together a good drive in overtime. But I don't know. I mean, you have ideas about how things are going to be, I think, when the season starts. But you don't know what's going to happen injury-wise and play style and which guy's going to play really good and which guys are going to struggle maybe a little bit. I think we all were hoping for a performance like that out of 9 and excited for him. But obviously not having 87 out there is you know, taking some opportunities away from our offense. But if we can get Cobby back, that'd be a big lift. The consistent players that we've had in this league have been behind me in the backfield. You know, Jonesy's had a great season and AJ's been playing really well. So we got to keep riding those guys.
What can you expect from the Mike Vrabel defense?
I mean, they're pretty sound. You know, they play really hard. They got like 29 sacks, 3 guys with 5+ sacks. They're number 1 in the league in third down, top 10 in the red zone. There's not a lot of big holes out there. They obviously, you know, played good against Denver, held them at 10 points. They're a tough team. They got some great players up front. You know, stout guys in the middle. Simmons is a baller. Real good guys off the edge, solid inside at linebacker, the back end plays really well together. So it's a toughness that Mike brings. And, you know, the expectations, I'm sure, for them are really, really high. I keep in touch with Mike throughout the year, and they lost their first 2 games. And I think, you know, just like happens in this league, there's probably overreactions and what the hell's going on and what are we going to do. And I think they rattled off like, you know, 5 or 6 wins in a row. And kind of quieted everybody up. But they obviously have a really good football team, and Mike's a great coach.
We're reviewing out various athletes and just how they're monitoring their Twitter feeds, Twitter accounts based on all the changes there. I know you're not that frequent a tweeter, but are you going to do anything differently regarding your social media based on the changes with Twitter?
I'm not exactly sure what changes you're talking about. Yeah, I'll probably be about as active as I've been on Twitter. I enjoy Instagram a little bit more at this point. I look forward to the day I have no social media, which may be coming sooner than later. But at this point, I'm not going to make any drastic social media changes.
NFL people, you've spoken out in the past about some of the turf fields. The NFL PA's kind of made some news with that this week. How do you feel? What changes would you like to see yourself, just in terms of the teams that have turf surfaces?
As much as I've enjoyed playing indoors over the years on turf, I do think it's time to go all grass throughout the league. I think you would see less of these non-contact injuries that we see on some of the surfaces. And I think that it'd be a good step in the right direction towards player safety to make the requirement for every field to be grass.
I saw Dave's Twitter, he's mentioning film grass, and J.C. Treader was talking about turf, rather. The difference is, are there some turf fields that are better than others?
Yes.
What's the biggest difference in your eyes, and what makes one good, what makes one bad?
I think a lot of it's the softness of it. Some of these fields are a little bit softer than others. And what that does is it creates more wobble, I believe, when the foot strikes the ground. And it's that wobble that can cause some of these non-contact knee injuries that we've seen. I'm not sure if that's the standard that's set for that type of surface, or it's the installation of that surface, but a lot of that could be just done away with if we had grass in every stadium.
What are some of the turf ones that you think are better?
No, I'm not going to get into that.
How quickly can the league make a change like that? I know JC was asking for immediate change. I mean, you got stadiums with turf and they can't immediately do something. What do you think the logistics of that would look like to get to where you want to get?
It's a lot of money in this league. Everybody's making a lot of money. So just about cost. I don't know how much that would cost. I'm sure a few million, but the league's been doing pretty well. We're still the highest rated sporting league, and Sunday Night Football has great ratings. Monday Night Football's probably back with Joe and Troy with good ratings. Thursday night does great. All primetime's doing pretty well, so that probably could happen pretty quick.
Aaron, you've been pretty active over the years, obviously, with NFLPA. Do you have any?
That's a stretch a little bit. Yeah, I've been around. I've
been
a listener and an occasional invitee to certain conversations.
With
but
the knowledge that you have,
yeah.
Do you have any real confidence that that's a change that the league will make?
No, honestly. I don't have a lot of confidence when it comes to the league making that decision without some sort of, big vote and, gripes from certain owners who don't want to spend the money. There were many things in the last negotiations that the PA decided to pay for out of our own pocket because the ownership just didn't want to fund some of those things. This to me is player safety. We, and when I say we, I mean the people who negotiated without the players, agreed to 17 games, which wasn't about player safety, it was about monetary gains. So this would be putting your money where your mouth is if player safety is important.
Aaron, since we're taking a 30,000-foot view and talking about player safety, would you like to see 2 buys during the season? We're all talking about this great mini buy, but you're also playing twice in 5 days to get that mini buy, which is not player safety oriented either.
Well, I think we know why. I don't feel like extending the season is the right thing to do. Back, if they would do it, it would probably have to be on the front end. Maybe eliminating another preseason game and starting the season a week earlier. Maybe that first Sunday in September now. Looks like we're the second usually, other than the first game of the season. So I think that'd be a good thing for sure. There was talk years ago about an international week where you had multiple games, 7, 8, 9 games outside of the country in the same week, and then everybody was off the next week. that's an idea. But 2 bye weeks would definitely go a long way, I think.
Aaron, at halftime they're going to be honoring Leroy. I know you put a lot of your word behind him and his chase for the Hall of Fame. Is that going to be pretty special to see him get his name up on the stadium?
Yeah, it's long overdue. I'm really happy for him. He's a Packers staple. I love the fact that we keep so many of our own tight, in the family, and that he's around. He came and gave us a great speech during training camp, and really appreciated his words. But excited for him. It's got to be a great honor, not just go in, but to get honored at the stadium that you played at, and obviously he made the Lambeau Leap famous.
Two more for him.
Do you ever think ahead to the day that your name is up there?
Yeah, time to time. Dave always makes fun of me. He says I'm going to be like 300 pounds when I'm done playing. And I'm going to have to convince people of who I actually am. I hope it's the other way around.
It's a business and it's a production-based league, but what's the reaction to Amari Rodgers getting cut?
Oh, it's tough. Obviously, someone I've got to know pretty well over the past few years, and see the passion and love that he's had for the game and the work that he's put in for it. Like you said, it's a results-based league and everything, and that's why I play, and I don't make those tough decisions and whatnot. But yeah, it's tough to see him go and everything, but obviously still got to stay focused and focus on the game ahead.
Have you had a chance to talk to him at all?
Yeah, I reached out to him last night.
Sammy was saying that he actually enjoys playing on a short week. What's your take on it? What's the biggest challenge? Do you like it?
Physically, the challenge is tougher, obviously, and mentally it's probably easier because you just stay locked in. Go into the game. After the game, you don't really just get too much of a time to debrief and relax or anything. So you kind of just stay in that focused mood. But what I'm really looking forward to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just being able to relax. Enjoy the win and just be able to reset.
And you're such a good blocker. 36-yarder, is that kind of something new that you've added to your arsenal? It's just show block, but you can go past the defender and make a play as well.
Yeah, I've been doing that for about 3-4 years now. Aaron's been running that play for much longer than that, so I don't think it's anything that's out of my bag of route tree and whatnot. But obviously, it was great to be able to connect on that play and be able to set the kick.
Especially with the injuries the wide receiver room has had this season, how important in this short week is to get everyone's body right?
Oh, it's super important. Whether we're injured or not, just being able to recover after playing a game is super hard. That's why we usually don't practice till Wednesday, and Wednesdays are usually a walkthrough. So that's the same approach that we're gonna have this week. Obviously, it's just a little bit more of an emphasis on being able to make sure you're getting your sleep, recovery, and staying focused.
How's your shoulder feeling?
It's feeling all right. I'll be ready to play.
Aaron's talked about the mental mistakes on the offense this season. When you guys watch back the tape from Sunday, did it feel like there were significantly fewer than in previous weeks, and why do you think that was?
Simplifying a lot of stuff, not having guys get injured and putting people in different roles and stuff. So I think there's a lot that goes into it. And I think we caught a good groove. I think our coaches and Aaron definitely got a beat for the plays that were working for us, and we kind of stuck with them all game and be able to have consistent positive yards on those, especially the run game and everything. So just having start off the game high and just be able to continue that.
Anything else said Christian since that game Sunday, just in terms of building on that success?
Say that again?
Anything else said Christian since that game Sunday, just on building on success, kind of stacking things like that, or anything need to be said?
Yeah, I think the mindset we've always had is anyone can do it one day. It's can you go back and do it again? That's something that we've been preaching since day one, and something that we just reemphasize going into this week and everything. Not just for him, but just for us as a team. It was great to get that win, but we can't forget that we had 5 straight weeks of not being able to get that feeling again. So we got to stay focused, stay locked in, and know that we have to go out there and earn a win.
Do you personally like when the weather turns a little bit? You see that snow coming down like today?
Love it. They slow down. They worry a little bit more about contact and stuff, and that's usually when I'm able to play my best game. So I definitely enjoy the Lambeau atmosphere.
This does not seem to be a team that worried about slowing down and contact. In Tennessee, they're as physical as they get. How tough of a challenge is this?
Very tough. I think they're a hard-playing group of bunch, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and they're extremely well coached. I think they very much resemble their head coach just on how they play, and you see that they all play for each other, and they're really pretty sound on their assignments and everything and getting all 11 hats of the ball. But yeah, I expect them to come out there and play in a very physical game, much like they did 2 years ago. I believe we played them in a snow game. So I don't think it'll probably be as cold as it was a few years ago, but I'm expecting to go out there and be able to run the ball and do what we can in the pass game.
You guys are starting to hit a little bit of a stride running the ball now too. The last few weeks, you've always been a big part of that. How important is that this time of year to be able to know that you can do it and know you're going to do it?
Yeah, I think in November, December football especially is the good teams are able to run the ball when the defense knows it's coming still, and we've been able to do that the past few years. And at the beginning of this year, we haven't really been able to hit that full stride and everything. And the past few weeks, I think we've been really able to connect and really hone in our assignments, have fewer mental mistakes, and everyone's doing their 111 to be able to stay ahead of the chains and everything. So we continue that, then we should have a good second half of the season.
What's the biggest difference, kickoff and punt for you?
I actually had a lot more time than I thought I'd have at punt return and kick return. Just difference of the velocity of the ball. I mean, punt return is a little higher, so you gotta keep looking. I'm saying it's just a comfort thing for real.
Did you even know, like, you were inside the 5 when you fielded it? Like, can you feel it, or is that something you learn as you?
I mean, I think I wasn't supposed to do it, but I don't think I was supposed to return it, but I mean, I just did it anyway. I don't think I was supposed to though.
Yeah, man.
That punt return. Yeah, Rich was probably mad. I made somebody miss though. He probably like that though. I made him miss. Can't be mad at that.
He said he was not surprised by the way you fielded it. So he must have seen you do that before.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal. He probably didn't like how I held it in one hand either.
That's not normal.
That ain't normal, nah. For me, it's normal, but for other people, probably not.
What caused you to
you're really comfortable with the ball, fielding them?
Yeah. I don't catch it. It don't matter. I can catch it.
One thing you're confident about a lot is your hands. Is that something you've always felt like?
Yeah. I mean, speed more than anything, though. Kind of fast, you know what I'm saying?
Different type of the kickoff return versus the punt return in terms of how you hit it. Is it different?
Yeah, actually, I feel like the second one I got more comfortable. First one I kind of was just doing off of like rhythm. The second one I got comfortable. I've been watching film and I've been understanding I could slow play it and not hit it as fast like I do kick return. So I think I might be a little better at it.
Is there a feel for that? I mean, you're very fast, but is there a time where you just got to know when to turn it on, or just kind of wait?
Yeah, I've been, I'm looking over it, understanding it. I'm my first one I ever did in the league. I ain't never had a rep at it, so yeah, it's like go do it. I'm gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's a field thing. Yeah, I feel like the second one I could have went to the field, not understanding I had more time than what I understand, like what I really can be. But if they put me back there again, I'll probably do something with it next time.
Did you do any punt return in
No, I've never did punt return. That was my first.
School, even?
Well, high school, junior college, stuff like that. Yeah, but like pros, no.
Do you have to consciously think about ball security, or is that just second nature?
No, if you think about it, you're gonna fumble.
Kickoffs, there's a lot more touchbacks. Punts, you get a opportunity to make a big difference in a football game. How excited are you about that?
I'm excited. They put me back there. I don't know the plan for this week. That kind of was on the fly last week. So yeah, I'm excited for a kickoff. Actually, we're gonna get a lot more kickoff returns this year. Well, now too, because it's getting colder. The ball ain't really going in the end zone. And kick from the Cowboys trying everything he could to get away from me, but they keep kicking to me. We're gonna make plays.
Disappointed if you're not the punt returner?
Am I gonna be disappointed?
If you're not the punt returner. I mean, is it something you're kind of really looking for?
I don't really got emotions towards like personnel. You know what I'm saying? It's the NFL. You never know what's going on.
Micah Parsons was everybody's pick as the midseason Defensive Player of the Year, a legitimate game wrecker. However, he was not able to wreck the Packers game, not even close. The Packers had an exotic game plan for Parsons. Get a body on him and block him. Here that body is Marcedes Lewis. And something else the Packers did was run at Parsons from time to time and not away from him. And this time they run at him for 7 yards, and don't you just love Aaron Jones? The Cowboys moved Parsons all over the place, and on this play, Josh Myers and John Runyon are responsible for these two Cowboys in pass protection. Watch them work. They come together on number 98, all the while eyeballing Parsons to see where he's going to go. He heads towards Josh, and look at that switch. Very, very well done. And Josh actually takes Parsons away from the quarterback. Look at that pocket, and Aaron Rodgers takes full advantage. And can you say 58-yard touchdown pass? Parsons came into the game with the best win rate on the edge of any pass rusher in the league. Here, he's on the edge, and he's working against David Bakhtiari, but he is not getting a sniff. Just a short completion, but it was good for a first down. Parsons also came into the game with the best win rate in one-on-one pass rush situations. Here he's working against Yosh Nijman, certainly one-on-one, and Yosh takes him and steers him around the corner, enables Aaron Rodgers to step up for another touchdown pass to Christian Watson. Micah Parsons came into the game leading the league in pressures. He came out of it with a single hurry. Enough said.
Jingle, jangle, jingle for the Pope. Don't take us for granted, 'cause you may never